You've been on my mind a lot the past few months because there's been this whole rebirth of the supermodels back in the day from like Naomi Campbell and Linda Evangelista and Christy Turlington and Cindy Crawford. All those women are sort of back in a big way. And there's been this huge nostalgia for what that world was like in the 90s in New York. And I thought about you because you, in one iteration of your life, were a very successful model in New York, and which was very unusual even back then for men to sort of climb to that sort of level where you were. You were doing campaigns for Giorgio Armani, Calvin Klein, Gucci, Alexander Julian, and then you were in all the editorials. And I wonder what you remember from that time and how you feel about that time in the city in New York.
Well, I remember how lucky I was. I remember knowing that I was lucky. I remember being very thankful that I got to travel around the world, because that would have been really the only way I could have done that, and the way I traveled was really, I would wake up and literally be in Marrakesh with Giorgio Armani and his crew, and I would know you are so lucky.
Yeah.
And I really loved it. And that was I was lucky that I got hooked into some really great people. People like Jim Moore from GQ, Giorgio Armani, obviously, Calvin Klein, like Francois Hollard, a great photographer. John Varvatos was another person who was really great to me. The 90s were incredible. I look back, I see the pictures, I see how people look at the 90s now. I knew I was lucky when I was there, and when I look back, I can see how lucky we all were. It was a great time for fashion. People cared about it back then. Those women that you're talking about were great. Like, they were superstars. They were bigger than actresses at the time. They were bigger than politicians. They were really cool. There was a bunch of them that were very cool. And the art was great. You look back at those photos, Patrick Demarchelier and Fabrizio Ferri, and, it's terrific stuff. But I wanted more. I definitely wanted more. When I was a model, I knew I want more.
Hmm.
I want to give more. It's not I want more. It's more like I want to give more. I want to be more of an artist that my mind is doing something.